Yeah, this is Bang Bang Rail. Please press the like button and subscribe. This maybe be it'd be a two series, only a 2-part series. I've done it before, but a lot of people have not heard it yet. And it's a good story, man. And it happened to me. I was in the scrubs, and I was on remand. I was in A-wing. I got a big sentence, and I come back to the scrubs on the opposite side of the A-wing, because A-wing was a big wing anyway. So I'm on A-wing, and so they put me up. They put me in free up cell. So when I go there's two guys in there, a young guy and another guy, and I got the top bunk. I don't mind sometimes having the top bunk, because the bottom bunk, if the guy upstairs has a wee, he dribbles through to the bottom bunk, you know. But I'd rather the single one, really. But anyway, I'm not bothered. So I'm telling the guys what I'm in for, how long I'm doing, I'm asking them what they're doing, and they're sort of like, anyway, they're nice kids. They're nice kids, nice people. Anyway, the next day I come down and get my breakfast. Got my breakfast, coming along the landing, to go up the stairs. I'm on the twos, yeah. And a screw stops me. Hello, where are you going, Lily? I said, "What, Governor?" He said, "How are you?" I said, "Well, I just got a big sentence, haven't I?" So he asked me what the sentence was. You know, he couldn't believe it when I told him. So he said, "What's happening?" I said, "Well, I've got to go to and see the PO, find out my EDR, my LDR, and all that, and parole dates and bits and pieces, you know, and that's it, really, Governor." He said, "So." He said, "What? You still the same as what you was early? Like when you was in a YP wing?" I was a YP for quite a long time. I said, "Yeah, I'm still a bit of a sod, you know what I mean?" Anyway, he said, "Look," he said, "Listen, there's a couple of kids just come here, a couple of Sri Lankans, yeah, and what they've done, I never told you before I told you what they'd done, but I never told you they'd done it too. They've done it too, but I'll tell you the story, right? And they were Sri Lankans, yeah, and they got this little girl. She was about 12, 13 years of age. They see her walking down the road. They dragged her into a park. They raped her. They'd done so many terrible things to her. But not only that, from the park, backside, it goes on to a graveyard. They got into the graveyard and they've done all sorts of things to her, and they give her all sorts of diseases, and she'd never ever go with another man again. She's like a cabbage, really. She's like, she's not living as such. And I think one of them got a 12 or 14, or one got a 10 and a 12. I'm not quite sure. It's a long time ago, yeah. So he's telling me about these two Sri Lankans, and he said, "Look, let me tell you what it is. These two Sri Lankans done this to the young girl, and what it is, because they're protected in a way, yeah, because they done a screw's daughter in Wandsworth. That's why they should have been in Wandsworth rather than come to the scrubs. There's a big thing about it. I mean, you know, they're protected by the government and protected by the prison authorities and this, that, and the other, yeah. But us screws want something done about it, yeah." And so I said, "Man, I can't believe this, Governor." He said, "Look, one's on the two, one's on the." I said, I was on the twos. Oh no, I was on the twos. One's on the threes, one's on the fours, yeah. So anyway, I said, "Look, Governor, we'll have a chat about it later, yeah." So I went, "Okay." So I went upstairs and my breakfast, come back downstairs, sat down and get my EDR, my LDR and all that longest day release and my parole dates. So I'm walking back to the stairs. The screw calls me into this like a room, yeah, a classroom. So he goes, let me explain to you, Ellie. We want it done. We want them really, really hurt, yeah. And you know, would you fancy doing it?" I said, "Well," he said, "Look, you do that, and we'll get you a transfer out of here as quick as possible. We'll look after you. You're going to get nicked, Ellie, because you got to get a transfer out of it. You bet you're going to be nicked, yeah. But you won't lose no remission of nothing. You're just going to be chucked out of this prison." Well, I want to move straight away. You know, I mean, I've been in the scrubs for a long time, and then then being convicted. So you might be in another 12 to 18 months, which is longer than them days, yeah. So I went, oh, all right, Governor. He said, right. He said, we'll look after you for food. And he said, yeah. He said, we come and see you. Anyway, they come to my cell, and I'm playing cards with his two kids. And one of the kids, I think, is a bit feminine, and he draws a heart on the back of my shirt in red felt pen, right? I didn't take a notice of it. And as I'm coming out of the cell, the screw pulled me into another classroom. He said, look, here's some tobacco for you. Give me loads of tobacco and bits of Mars bars and a few other things. And I took them into the cell. We had a good night. He said to me, what we're going to do in the morning? He said, we'll unlock you first. He said, because the fours are the first ones to be unlocked. And one of the Sri Lankans is on the fours. I said, okay. He said, look, you know as well as I know. They're more or less telling me what to do. He said, you know as well as what we know. In the morning, the water out of the taps is absolutely scalding wet, scalding hot. I mean, that's what Governor is, yeah. He said, so we're going to just leave a couple of pots up there and a few bowls and stuff under the urinal, yeah. So there's a lot of people like the urinals. The urinals where they put all the mess and all the wee and all that in it. And they've got a little lever, they flush it all the way. It's a big stone thing, yeah, or marble, yeah. So okay. He said, what we're going to do, we're going to lock you first in the morning. He said, run upstairs to the fours. He's already showed me the Sri Lankan when he come down for his food. He's already showed me him. I know what he looks like. He showed me the one which is on the freeze. He also showed me him on the freeze and what he looks like. So now I know both of them, yeah? So morning comes, put the shirt on with a heart in the back, big red heart. I didn't take the notice of it, I forgot all about it, but this is what happens. So one upstairs, go to the recess, I fill up a bowl with water that's white hot. This water could take your skin off your hand, take your skin off your body. Fills it up. I'm waiting for, all of a sudden this Sri Lankan guy comes in with a couple of Indian guys. He walks through the door. As he comes through, I've done him with the boiling, scalding water. He's screaming like it wouldn't be imagined, but all the screws know about it, yeah? And you always get screws that stand by the recess. They know what's going on, yeah? But they're not on the recess, they're just a bit past the recess. They're not listening to nothing, they don't know what's going on, they don't want to see what's going on. Now it's my turn. I do him with the boiling, scalding water, all right? And I'm smashing him as much as possible. I'm getting on his head and I hit him against the urinal, but I don't want to hit it too hard because I don't want to kill him. I don't want to be up for a murder charge, which I'm going to be, because it's, anyway. But I'm smashing him to pieces now, right? But now it all clocks in, because I was molested as a child, bad, right? Molested, sexually abused as a child. So it's in me, yeah, I don't like the people who do them sort of things, right? So what I done, I pulled his trousers down. Right? Now, yeah, I had wee everywhere. We put wee in the pot, and there's wee on my trousers, which I can change. Now I'm on top of him. I put his trousers down, and now I'm just smashing his private parts to pieces. I'm just kicking them, smashing them, treading all over them, flattening them, blood's everywhere. Yeah, I'm not bothered what I do. I just want to hurt him so bad that he can never ever hurt another child. So I'm doing it for what, I don't see, 30, 40 seconds, smashing him all around his genitals, everything. I'm smashing him to pieces. He's no longer screaming because he is knocked out. The pain has just knocked him out. All the other Sri Lankans are shouting, Indians are shouting, so I run off, yeah. I run off. As I'm running downstairs, obviously they've got my heart on the back of my shirt, so now they're looking for the heart on the back of their shirt. All the screws knows what's going on. So I take my shirt off now. I've just got a t-shirt on. I'm going down now for my, I think it's my dinner. We're going down for a dinner. So we go down for a dinner. Got my dinner, come back to my cell, eating my cell, screw opens the door. He said, can I have a little word? He said, well done. He said, you made a really bad job of that, mate. He said, you smashed it. Oh, he said, mate, he's in terrible. He would never touch another person in his life again. He said, oh, he gave me loads of tobacco, loads of sweets, everything. He said, listen, he said, the 3s and the 2s go out, exercise first of all. Right? So the Sri Lankan that we want you to get, he's going to come out with you now next year. Anyway, so we go in the cell, I give the kids all their bits and pieces. Everyone's happy, they've got everything they want. There must be someone up there, mate. It must be a thing called karma, and there's someone up there watching over this, yeah? They come out exercise yard, we come out exercise yard. I'm walking around exercise yard, they're walking around exercise yard. Well, on the exercise yard, between A and B, they always got a toilet there, so the people walk around the yard and go in the toilet when they want to use the toilet, right? So, as I'm looking, I see this guy walking to the toilet with bucket, mop, and all this stuff to go and clean the toilets out. So I'm walking around, I think, how can I get all this Sri Lankan? How can I get this other one? What can I do? How can I do it? I told you there's a thing called karma and there's someone upstairs. So he then walks in to the toilet that the other guy who's cleaning the toilet has walked into. Now I've got my shirt on, because to walk around exercise yard, you've got to put your shirt on. So I've got my shirt on and a big heart on the back, you know. He's walking around with Sri Lankans, but he walks into the toilet. So now's my chance. I walk into the toilet, but as I walk into the toilet, the guy who's cleaning the toilets is doing the urinal. So he's doing yeah? He's cleaning it. And he's cleaning it with a scrubbing brush. So I get the scrubbing brush off of him, which at the end, it's got a point, like a round point at one end. As I walk by there's 3 cubicles there, 3 toilets, and they all got half doors, yeah? Half doors. As I walk by, the end door is where the other guy is. Nearly he's squatting on the toilet. They don't sit, they squat. I then get the scrubbing brush, I rush into there, he's having a poo, yeah? The poo goes everywhere. I'm smashing this guy all around the head with this brush. Same thing again. I can't go too far over the head because it's quite easy to kill someone with a blow to the head, yeah? So I'm just smashing him around the shoulders, everywhere. Everywhere I can hit him, I'm hitting him. And then I realise that the same thing that I done to the other one, I've got to do to him. I've got to smash all his genitals up. So I pull his trousers down, but his trousers already around his ankles anyway because he's having a poo. There's poo, listen, there is poo all over the floor. Everywhere there's like a diarrhea poo everywhere, right? I'm not bothered. I ain't bothered about this, mate, because you don't even smell it, you know, you just go mad, don't you? I'm smashing him with a toilet brush. I'm smashing all around his genitals with a brush. I'm smashing him to pieces, all around his arms, his legs, his ribs. He's knocked out because of the pain, the same as the other one. I've done what I've got to do. He's screamed the gaff down, but once he got really, really hurt, he's unconscious. I walk out, I walk around the exercise yard is shut because of all the noise. All the screws are rushing into there, they all know what's going on. Next thing you know, they're taking him out of the stretch jacket, what do you call it, a stretcher? Boom, he's gone. We go into the ring. Now I've got shit all over my trousers, I'm stinking. I go up to my cell, I put another pair of jeans on, I take my shirt off. But they know this shirt has got a red thing in it, yeah? So now I've got a t-shirt on, but when you go down to your dinner, you've got to put a shirt on. So I had to put the shirt back on again. So I'm putting the shirt back on again. As I'm walking down the stairs to go and get my food, I noticed down the bottom of the stairs is the chief of the wing with a big crown. There's maybe a deputy governor there, There's maybe 5 or 6 screws at the bottom of the stairs. I know that everything's sweet. I know that all the screws know about it, and I know I'm going to get shipped out soon, and I know I'm going to get nicked. So as I'm walking down the stairs, I don't think it's going to be like this. I think they're going to come to my cell and take me away. As I walk down the stairs, they want me. They want me like it's going out of fashion. They buckle me up, but they're not buckling me up really, because I know what's happening. They're taking me down the block. They take me down to the block, the SEG unit in A-Wing. So they take me down to the SEG unit, push me in the cell, I'm in the cell. Come in, I've got to take all my clothes off. Mate, I don't know what to say. They take all my clothes, they give me a clean pair of jeans and a t-shirt, yeah? The screws in the block knows everything. Everyone knows what everything's going on. All of a sudden, a screws comes to my door, opens the flap up. Yeah, mate, I see you. Gives me a load of tobacco, gives me a load of sweets. I don't smoke. It gives me tobacco, right? All in quarters, whatever it's in quarters, with a little cellophane thing over the top. Gives me tobacco, gives me sweets. I'm happy. As I'm in the cell, I think, well, I'm going to be here for a few days anyway. So I started doing press-ups. It's the first time I'm doing press-ups. I do press-ups all the time, doing press-ups. The flap opens up. It's a screw, a black screw, and it's Mr. Hart, Mr. Guyana. He's massive. Mr. Guyana, he's massive. He's a black screw. He's huge. A nice screw, proper diamond. Open the flap. He says, you're in good shape, aren't you? He said, you're a little bit of trouble, aren't you? I said, no, not really, Guff. He said, you are, mate, a little bit. He said, anyway, he said, I started doing press-ups. He opened the door and started showing me to do, listen, the geezer didn't care. He's a big guy, mate. Just come in, took his hat off, boss, and showed me how to do different bits and press-ups and all this. And I was doing them like he told me to. So, in the morning, I have to go and see the governor, and it is the deputy governor. I goes in to see the governor. There's two screws standing there, 2 screws behind me, yeah. He said, give me a number, 131549 Hill. Right, you've been on a serious charge for giving my officers abuse and threats to kill and threats behaviour, just verbally, not physically. So they're all on it, and they're all on it. They know what's going on, but they've got to try and get me out of this nick. He said, we don't really want you in this prison. He said, you're very subversive to all my prison officers, and you're going to be transferred in the next couple of 3 days, or next couple of 3 weeks, sorry. And until such time you'll be kept down the block, I don't care. I'm sweet. Yes, sir. He said, anyway, so I said, where am I going? He said, we'll tell you in the near future. So anyway, I goes to my cell, started doing the same thing, press up, doing loads of press ups, right? He comes to my door, Gerald Hart. He comes and says, he's had a result and this, that and the other, and I'm doing more press ups and this, that and the other, and he comes in and gives me a load of food. Like sandwiches and all that, from the kitchen, but what they brought in for me, give me it. I'm over the moon. I'm over the moon that they give me all this, yeah. So I goes to the what you call it now? I goes to the screw. Excuse me, I said, but do you mind if I go to the toilet? Right, because you ain't got toilets in your cell, any piss spots, but I want to go to the toilet, So he said, yeah, I goes to the toilet, walks across the thing, goes in there, has the toilet, and the screws there talking to me out across the way. They do it anyway, it's a SEG unit, innit? Goes back to my cell, exercise, goes out and exercise. I'm walking around the exercise yard. This is where I get mixed up with names. I'm really bad with names, yeah. But I know his name, but I get mixed up with names. But it's something that you'll find out if you check it out, yeah. So I'm walking around the exercise yard, and I've got a couple of those cigarettes they give me, Old Hogan, with the cellophane, with the quarters in my pocket. Just kept me anyone who needs it, yeah. And there's this geezer walking around the exercise yard, looks a bit like Hitler. His hair's black, parting in the middle, little tash, and he's walking around. And his name's Graham Young. He's Graham Young, the poisoner, and he's killed about 30 people. He's a really bad poisoner, but I didn't know this. So I'm walking around with him. He's only little tiny guy, jet black hair, parted in the middle for a tash. I'm walking around, and he said to me, "Got any tobacco, mate?" I went, "Yeah, why? What's up?" He said, "I've got no tobacco. I've got no tobacco. I need some tobacco." I said, "Hold up." I said, "Look, I've got some quarters in my pocket. I'll throw one over to you, yeah?" He went, "Will you do that?" I said, Yeah. The fence is really high, yeah? But you can't let the screws see you because the screws will confiscate my thing and bang me up. So, throws it over. So Graham Young now picks it up and puts it in his pocket. He's walking in exercise yard. Exercise is now finished. He goes in. Everything's sweet. Scrooge comes to my door, gives me all my food, gives me tobacco, gives me all sandwiches. I've got more tobacco, I don't smoke, everything. Loads of sandwiches, everything I want. Everything. So anyway, the Scrooge comes to my door and they've gone to me, "You're in trouble, Billy." I said, "What's up?" He went, "We just been given this. This is a day like this quarter of tobacco by this geezer down there, right? And he said he's the poisoner." I said, "What?" He said, "He is the poisoner. He is an unbelievable man. He's killed about 20 people, poisoned them." I can't believe it, right? I went, "You're joking." I went, "Yeah, and we can't give you this because it might be poisoned. He wants us to give you this, but it could be poisoned." I went, "Fucking hell." I shit myself. But he said, "Yeah." He said, "Well, what he has given you is one of his buns, current bun." I said, "Well, I don't want that, mate." He said, No, we've made sure it's there. He's asked us to give it to you. We're going to give it to you. Here's a current bun." So I had 2 current buns. I'm happy. Right. In the morning, I'm going mad at night. This has been happening now for about 4 or 5 days. I keep hearing it. Ding, and it's driving me mad. So Scrooge opens my door. He said, "Everything okay, Ellie? Would you need anything?" I said, "Governor," I said, "just tell me one thing, yeah? And for the last 2 or 3 days, I ain't been able to sleep. There's someone up there making a lot of noise, and I ain't got a clue what it is, but I don't know what it is. It's someone banging on the fence, someone banging on the wall. I don't know what it is, tapping on, tap, 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 tap. I don't know what it is." He went, "Oh, that's Ian Brady." I said, "Who?" He said, "Ian Brady." I said, "What? What? Ian Brady, the geezer that's killed all them kids over the moors? Is he up above me?" "No, he's 2 cells from you." He said, "You're telling me he's up there? I want to kill him, do you know what I mean?" There's all them women that had lost their kids on the moor and they don't even know where they are, but he knows where they are, and he ain't telling authorities or no one where the kids are. Ian Brady, yeah? I'm going mad. So that means all the paedophile nonce cases are down here, and I can't stand them. I'm going mad. I want to go out there tomorrow, as quick as I can now. So I said, "What's that noise?" He said, "That's Ian Brady." I said, "What's he doing?" He said, "He's got a typewriter." I said, "What?" I said, "You're telling me that Ian Brady, that killed all them little kids, and they ain't found half of them kids, he's got a typewriter upstairs?" A typewriter? This is 1973, 1974. Typewriters in prison, mate, wasn't known. You couldn't get a typewriter. I said, "He's got a typewriter." I said, "Governor, what's going on?" He said, "I don't know." He said, "But it's come from higher up. They give him a typewriter. And it could be because they want to know where the kids are, and he may be writing a book." I said, "You give him a typewriter?" I said, "Mate, what else you got up there?" He said, "I wouldn't say nothing." He said, "Look, leave it at that, Illy. Leave it at that. No more." Right? Boy, smashed my door. Now, I want to, mate, I want to get upstairs and rip this geezer's fucking heart out. I ain't bothered. I want to rip his heart out. The other fella downstairs, I ain't bothered about him, the poisoner, don't bother me. It's the geezer upstairs. I want to rip his heart out, mate. So anyway, they opened my door for exercise. I run up them stairs, 100 miles an hour. It's all screws up. They know they ain't silly about that, what's going to go on. They're all screws up there. They try to buckle me up, this, that and the other. They take me back down to my cell, slam the cell door. They know what's going to go on. They don't want me on this fucking wing. They don't want me on the wing no more because they know that this geezer's Ian Brady. He's going to go one way or the other. He will definitely going to go, mate. I'm going to get him. So in the morning, that night, the click stopped. The clicking stopped. Must have told him to stop all that clicking. Typewriter thing, it stopped. Graham Young, down the bottom of the poisoner, keeps sending me rolls and sandwiches and they won't allow it because of his poisoner, this, that and the other. Graham Young, he ain't a bad geezer, you know, but he's still a fucking poisoner. He's still killed loads of people. Families he's killed. Fucking nuts all down there, yeah. So all of a sudden the screw comes to my door. He said, right. He said, you're going in the morning. I said, what? He said, you're going in the morning. They don't want you on this wing because of Ian Brady upstairs. They don't want you on the wing and Graham Young downstairs. I said, I don't want with Graham Young. I said, I ain't done nothing with Graham Young. They said, they don't want you in his prison anymore, right, because of Ian Brady. I ain't governor. You know, like, you're going in the morning. Where am I going? We'll tell you in the morning. Morning comes, 6:30, open my door. Ellie, get you ready, mate, get your gear back, you're going down the reception. God, getting all my gear out, I've got nothing anyway. All I've got is loads of food and tobacco. You only allowed to take so much tobacco, you better let me take it because of what I've done for them. And sweets and bits and pieces, so I'm taking it to Albany, but I know the other swelling to Albany more likely took off me, but he hasn't anyway. So I'll go downstairs to reception. I take my reception. I'm going to Albany, but they put me in a room with about 15 guys. Not proper, like, got proper guys like myself. I'm talking to them. They said, "Where did you come?" So I said, "You're the geezer that smashed the Indians to pieces." I said, "Yes, me." Yeah. He said, "You made a good job." He said, "Well done." He went, "Everybody's over the moon what you done there, you know what I mean? If you need anything, and you need any money or anything, all sweets and food and all that, we're going to Albany, we'll give you anything, yeah? Some are going to Camp Hill, some are going to Parkhurst, but there's a few of them go to Albany, yeah?" I said, "Oh, nice, mate. He said, don't worry about that. We're going to let everybody know when we get there what you're like, what you're about." I went, "Thanks." So on the coach, first of all, we stop at Winchester. We stop at Winchester for tea, something to eat, you know, because it's quite a long distance, isn't it? Get out of Winchester, in the reception, have teas, sandwiches, and back on the bus onto the ferry. And you would not believe, right, you're on that ferry, but now you're not on a coach, you're on a bus. And this bus is a big black Mariah with about 6 to 7 cells each side, and you're in one of them cells. You're in a cell maybe by 2 foot by 3 foot. And you're sitting in there on a hard base, a wooden base. And your arse is killing you anyway for all that journey you've come about with. And you're sitting there, and there's things reversed up on the boat, and all of a sudden the ferry starts off, and this ferry's going, and all the screws, buying one screw, right, has got off the fucking thing and gone upstairs, have a tea and coffee, then the other one goes upstairs, and you're in there now by yourself. And this thing's rocking backwards and forwards, and you think to yourself, if this boat now goes down, you're dead. We're all dead. You ain't going to get out of there. You can't get out of there anyway. If you smash the door to pieces and you get out of there, it's impossible to get out of the place. Doors shut, them shut. So you're dead. You're going to die. About shallow, you're going to die. And don't worry about that, mate. You're going across that waterway. It takes, I don't know what, 3/4 of an hour to go across the other side from Portsmouth. So there, what, mate? And when you get there, anyway, when I got, I'm going to do another, minute. When I get to Albany, Go in there, waiting to be called to go reception. Anyway, this is Bang Bang Radio. Please press the like button and subscribe. I'll do another one tomorrow, another half an hour tomorrow, and it's going to go on and on and go on until I tell you all the stories of me being at Albany and everything like that. Yeah, take care, nice one, boy.